Hey everyone, my name is Ronak, back with another video. This is 27th video in the Getting Started with the Machine Learning playlist, and in this video you are going to learn the ROC curve and the area under curve. Okay, so ROC stands for Receiver Operator Characteristic, and in this video we are actually going to look at this. Okay, so the prerequisite for this tutorial is going to be the true positive rate and the false positive rate. I have already covered this in the last tutorial itself. If you don't have any idea, please do check that. And for the true positive rate and false positive rate, you must be knowing type 1 and type 2 error along with the confusion matrix. So these are all the videos that are going to be the prerequisite for this tutorial. Please don't directly hop onto this tutorial if you aren't aware of those. Okay, so what is ROC? Okay, so I have actually shown you what is ROC with help of this image. This is a great image I found from the source. I have the source included. It is machinelearningmastery.com. all right, from this I got it, and I have a typical definition from the internet. Okay, so a receiver operator characteristic curve or ROC curve is a graphical plot that illustrates the diagnostic ability of the binary classifier system as its discrimination threshold is varied. Okay, so very hard to understand, but I'll tell you in some layman's term. This curve is actually representing how well your model performs on the different threshold values. Okay, so there are some thresholds associated when we actually perform, let's say, the binary classification. So a generic threshold would be, let's say, 0.5, where the values about the 0.5 are going to be classified as 1 and values below the 0.5 are going to be classified as 0. But we have to try it for different thresholds. And basically this ROC curve is a metric system. Okay, it is a metric that is going to give you the estimate between the two models where you can classify which is a good one for your problem, let's say. And the way we do it, I'll show you practically in this video. So we are obviously going to go with our Titanic dataset, where I'll show you how we can get the things done. And what is basically AUC? So this line, the blue line that you see, and so the area under curve, all right, is associated, which is considered as, let's say, good or bad. Okay, so you have to consider the area under the curve when there are two algorithms and you want to consider the upper section of it. Okay, here it is only about the single one, but in the practical itself I'll show you. So we will start with the Titanic dataset. Okay, I have covered this many times, and the way you can find the dataset is through the links or Kaggle, but I have the dataset in the repository itself. You can go to the source code of this tutorial in the description box below. Alright, you can just click there. You can find the GitHub link. There will be the dataset, notebook, and all the aligning presentations, okay, that I've already covered in the last tutorials for your reference. So the way we do it, so pd.read_csv, I have already covered this many times, so I'm not going to go in depth about what it is. All right, and then when I say df.head, I get it. So in this tutorial, actually till now we have covered k-nearest neighbors and logistic regression. So we have covered two classification algorithms, and we are going to plot an ROC curve, and we are going to find the AUC. Okay, so area under the curve that we have to consider on. And I can actually do it for just say logistic regression, but I actually want to do it for, let's say, the AUC also. Okay, so this is completely practical tutorial, but please assume that on the y-axis you always have the true positive rate, and on the x-axis you always have the false positive rate. And this is the ROC curve that has been plotted with respect to each and every single threshold value with the respective probabilities. And here another curve will come of another algorithm, and you have to differentiate between them to select which area under curve. Okay, so the values beyond this, if your curve is like this, it is a bad curve. Okay, so you have to only consider the curve that is above this line, which is passing through the center origin, and you have to only focus on that one. Okay, you should be least concerned about the curves that are above it. Okay, so you don't really want to do that. Please understand this. So in this tutorial, I'm going to plot, let's say, the logistic regression k-nearest neighbors ROC curve and determine which algorithm should I use for this particular dataset. Okay, so now first of all, let us start with the dataset itself. So now I'll just consider, let's say, the passenger class and the sex, the age, and let's say embarked. Okay, so these are the values that I want to consider. I can even consider, let's say, age, sex, and passenger class itself. Okay, so let us keep aside the embarked at the moment. We can just move on with a simple algorithm, all right, which are where there are not much more parameters, because I want to focus on the ROC. So the way I do it, So first of all, I want to get rid of let's say the null values. Okay, so the way I do it, so I'll say df.age is na, and then I can say sum. So I'll get the null values that I have, and those are 177 null values in the age column. All right, so I want to get rid of those, so I'll do imputation, simple imputation with let's say median. All right, so the way I do it, I'll say from sklearn dot impute, import simple imputer. Okay, I've covered each and every single one of this. So SI is for simple imputer. I've covered every single thing, okay, in detail. So strategy, I'll say median, and now I'll make an object. So let's say imputed age. Okay, imputed age, and where I can say SI dot fit transform, and here I say df with respect to age. Okay, age column, and we have it. And now I'm going to append this into the back to the data set. Okay, so I'll say df imputed age, put like this, is equal to imputed age, and we have it. Okay, so the age is there, and now if I copy this, okay, so it is not going to work. I'll just check like this. All right, so I'm going to check, and here I have 177 values, but I also have a new column with imputed age where I get the 0th value. All right, now I'm going to target sex. So I want it to be, let's say, 1 or 10 encoded. Okay, because it is sex, I don't want it on the ordinal scale, so I'm not using label encoder. Okay, so like I said, I've covered every single thing earlier. So I have two sexes, so that is female and male, and here I'll say equal to pd dot get dummies. So I'm doing it with the help of the pandas, and here I'll say sex, and that is done. Okay, so my data is basically pre-processed. This is a very basic thing. Now I'll trend test split it. So from sklearn dot model underscore selection, import trend test split, and I'll say xtrain, xtest, ytrain, and ytest. All of the videos are dedicated for it, so please focus on them. Okay, so I haven't done x and y. I'm extremely sorry about that. So I'll say x is equal to, and here I'll select the columns. So I'll say p class, then imputed age. The way I do it, so I'll say imputed age, put like this, and then next one is female, and then we have male. Okay, I haven't taken embarked. Otherwise you can just label encode it and take it, not an issue. Okay, and y is equal to df dot survived, that is just one thing, wife. All right, and we are done, and here I'll say test size is equal to, let's say 10%. okay, that is what something I want to take, and we have it. Okay, the data is prepared. Now I'll say from sklearn dot linear model. Okay, so I'm going to work on linear regression as well. I'm extremely sorry, logistic regression and k nearest neighbor. All right, so here I'll say log reg model, which is logistic regression model, is equal to logistic regression. Okay, so there are a lot of parameters, but I'm not concerned at the moment. And here I'll say log reg model dot fit, where I'm going to feed it xtrain comma ytrain. All right, my model is prepared. Okay, now let us move on with the k nearest neighbors. So from I'll say from sklearn dot neighbors, import k nearest neighbors, k neighbors classifier, I'm sorry, and here I'll say knn model is equal to, and let's say k neighbors classifier, and here I'll say n neighbors, which is a parameter. I'll just say 7 for now, and I'm not concerned about the metric. Okay, let it be Minkowski, and then I'll say knn underscore model dot fit, and I'm going to fit it my xtrain and ytrain. So I am now not bothering much about calculating the accuracies. Classifier, something's wrong. Oh, I'm extremely sorry. And we are done. Okay, so I have trained my models. Now let us focus on the ROC. So you need three things for it. You need a false positive rate, a true positive rate, and you need let's say the threshold value. So we are going to feed it all of those, but right before doing that, we need the predicted probabilities. Okay, so the way we usually would predict anything, so let's say logistic regression and Ypred, the way we do it usually, all right, is I'll say log-reg model dot predict, and I can get the values of the X test, all right. And whenever I say log-reg Ypred, I'll get all the values, but I am not doing that at the moment. What I really want is the predicted probabilities of it for our ROC. Okay, so I'm interested in the probabilities that are with respect to the threshold on the 0th and the first value. All right, I want to calculate those. I'm not concerned about what values I'll have at the end. I don't want, let's say, the classified 1 or 0. I want the actual values that are calculated using the sigmoid in the logistic regression. Okay, let us just keep aside the values after applying the threshold. So the way I do it, I'll say LR and I'll say prob Ypred. All right, this is the way I would do it. So logistic regression probability of the Y prediction. So I'll say log-reg model dot predict proba, okay, which is for probability, and here I'm going to feed it X test, and we have it. And now I can say LR prob Ypred, and I'll have all the values, okay, which are with respect to, so 0 here is dominant, which is saying 93%, this is only 6%. Similarly, I have all the values. All right, so I can just let's say print first to third row of both the columns. Okay, so this is the way we do it. Similarly, I'll do it for KNN. So I'll say KNN prob Ypred is equal to, I'll say KNN model dot predict proba, where I'll say X test. Okay, and when I say KNN prob Ypred, and I'll give it, let's say, first to third rows. All right, so this is the way we actually do it. Okay, so this is not giving us the probabilities. Let me just check. Okay, we have the probabilities. Okay, so it is giving us exact values. Never mind, but we do have the probabilities. Okay, so let us now keep it aside. Now we are going to move on with the ROC curve. So I'll say from sklearn dot metrics import ROC and AUC. I want both of those. Okay, so ROC is not here. Cannot import ROC from sklearn dot metrics. All right. Okay, so it is ROC underscore curve and AUC. All right. And the way we do it now, first of all, we want the ROC curve. So the way we do it, I'll say LR, that is logistic regression, false positive rate. Then I'll say LR TPR, which is true positive rate. I've covered all of this mathematically in the earlier tutorials. Please check that. Then I'll say LR threshold. And I'll say finally ROC curve, which is going to take two parameters. So it is going to take Y test and it is going to take LR. So it is going to take basically LR probability of the Ypred. All right. So I'll select all the rows. Then I'll say comma and I'll say 1. So there are actually 0 and 1 values. So I actually want the values where I get yes. Okay. So I am only considering the first values. Later on, now I have to make an AUC curve. Okay. The area under curve for it, which is going to give me the estimate value of which classification algorithm I am supposed to select. So the way I do it, so I'll say LR. See, I could have made very big variable names, but at the moment we are just focusing on the simplicity of it. Okay, so LR AUC, which is area under curve, or I can say LR area under curve like this. Okay, area under curve. But just let us keep and make this very simple at the moment because this is very basic stuff. All right, so and here I'll say AUC, and this takes parameters. Okay, so first it is going to take the FPR. Second parameter it is going to take is the TPR. Alright, TPR, and we have it. Okay, so now when I say LR AUC, I get a value which is stating that this is the area under curve that I get with when it is reaching to 1. Similarly, I'll just copy this entire thing and I'll do it for k nearest neighbors. Okay, so here I'll say KNN. Okay, so I don't have it. Okay, so I'll have to say FPR, and here I'll get rid of LR and just put KNN. Alright, and here I'll say KNN, probability of the wipe rate. Again here I'll say KNN, and here I'll say KNN, and here I'll say KNN AUC, and we have it. So we are actually done with the ROC as well as the area under curve now, but we have to plot this thing. So the library that I'm going to require. Okay, so if you haven't installed, please say pip install matplotlib. All right, please install it. So for me it says requirement already satisfied because I have already installed, and exclamation is just for the Jupyter notebook. If you are using any other system, please do that first. Then I'll say import matplotlib.pyplot pyplot as plt. So plt is for simplicity, of our simplicity itself, nothing else. And now here I'll start making the graph. All right, so I'm going to plot all of these things. So the way I do it, so I'll say plt.figure first of all. So I'm actually specifying a figure which is going to hold my plot. Now I'll say plt.plot, and I'm going to plot logistic regression FPR and logistic regression. Okay, so this is for x and y axis. So the way the plot works is it takes x, it takes y, and it takes other parameters, let's say the label and everything. All right, so the x is always going to be the false positive rate as you have seen over here in this diagram, and true positive rate in the y axis. So the way I do it, here I'll say LR FPR, then I'll say LR, I'll take TPR. All right, I'm taking LR FPR, then I'm taking LR TPR, and now I'll say label. Okay, so I don't have a label, but this label is actually going to be the label of the entire thing, okay, that I have. And here I'll say, let's say logistic regression itself, logistic regression. I'll just enclose this like this, and later on I'll say percent 0.2f. okay, so I'm taking only 2 decimal float value that I have, and the way I do it here, I'll actually specify that value. So I have that value in my AUC, area under curve. So I'll actually similarly make another function. So I'll say plt.plot, and here I'll say KNN FPR. Now my x is going to hold KNN FPR, my y is going to hold KNN TPR, and similarly I have the label which states k nearest neighbors NEGHBORS. Then I'll say percent with 2 floating points value of my area under the curve that I actually have. All right, so I'll say KNN AUC, and now I want to pass let's say simple line. Okay, so the way I do it, I'll say let's say it is going to from 0 to 1, and here I can say, let's say which color I want. Okay, so let us take red itself with 2 dash lines. Now I'll say plt dot let's say x label. So that x label is going to be a false positive rate, and my plt y label. So I also have a y label which is going to say true positive rate. Okay, so this is about just the data visualization so that you can see that curve in practice. And now last thing, which is plt.plot, and we have it. Okay, so I don't have the values of it, so here I'll say plt.legend. and I'll activate it. And we have it. Okay, so this is saying logistic regression holds 90% and k nearest neighbor is 84%. So obviously we are going to go with the logistic regression for this algorithm. Alright, so this is the way so this can be actually done for a lot of algorithms, okay, at the anytime, and you are always going to, so the area that you see over here is the area under curve. Okay, so when this area under curve, apart from this, when you bypass this thing, okay, you bypass that line, you actually get to the area under curve. I think I can modify this. So here I'll say 0,1. Let us just try some things. Yeah, it doesn't matter much, but here I can just select one line and I'll get a single line, or let's say a dotted line or anything like that. Okay, never mind. But the motive of this thing is that we are actually trying to plot the differences between the entire thing. Okay, we are actually trying to figure out which is possibly the best algorithm, and in this case, based on all of the parameters and everything, this says FPR. So the logistic regression is the better with the AUC. So area under curve till here is very good with respect to, let's say, the logistic regression. Okay, so I'm going to consider logistic regression over the k nearest neighbors. Similarly, you can test entirely all of this. Okay, so if I want to, let's say, include embarked in this, okay, I'm just concerned about embarked, I'll just say escape and I can enter it over here. So embarked does have two negative values. So the way I can check them, I'll say df loc, and here I can say df embarked dot isna, and then I can say, let's say sum, or let's say just isna. Okay, I just want to check the values. Okay, so we have these two values over here, and what I'll do, I'm not concerned about what I want to do with them, so I'll just drop them. But I cannot drop them at the moment. So this is before splitting. Okay, we can now drop them, but we will have to run our entire code, and I'm ready to do that. Okay, I don't care. So the way I do it, I'll say df.drop na, and here I'll say subset is equal to embarked, and we have it. So embarked, and here I'll say axis is, or I can say in place is equal to true. Alright, so in place is equal to true. And now what I want to do is include the embarked over here, but that is not the case. Alright, so I actually even want to label encode it. Even though I get rid of the nan values, I want to label encode it. Okay, because that is also very crucial. How could I ever forget that? So from sklearn dot let's say pre-processing, import label encoder, then I'll say label, and I'll say label encoder, and later on I can say encoded embarked. Okay, so I'll say embarked first, embarked, and I'll say encoded is equal to label dot we can say fit transform, and here I can feed it. So the way I can do it is, let's say df, and here I'll say embarked. Okay, embarked, and later on I'll just add this. Okay, so I'll say df, and I'll say embarked encoded is equal to embarked encoded, and here I'll make some change. So I'll just say embarked encoded. Okay, I haven't actually run that cell. Okay, so I'll have to do that. I can say embarked encoded, and we have it. Okay, so now I will have to run this entire piece of code. So what I'll do, I'll click on the cells, I'll say run all, and we have it. Now in this case, still the logistic regression holds a better value as compared to the k nearest neighbors. Okay, so I did increase the entire thing. Okay, so I calculated from, let's say again from the top, and at the end the logistic regression wins because it is having a higher area under curve when it is considered with, let's say, the k nearest neighbor. It wins. Okay, so it wins because see, it has a higher only at this point. All right, at this point it fumbled a little bit, but again it took precedence. So this is it about the ROC curve and AUC. So receiver operator characteristics along with the AUC. So this is one of the most important tutorials when we consider let's say the binary classification problem. Alright, we can classify let's say the values that we have using this, and we can actually come up with a solution that which algorithm you should be using. Obviously you can do that with the accuracy score and many more metrics, but this is the most appropriate way to do it. Okay, so I hope you might have learned something or the other. Source code to this notebook will be in the description box below along with the dataset and all the earlier PPTs. Alright, so in the next tutorial even I don't know what I'll be covering, but it is always going to be exciting. And if you like my content, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video and share with the people who really require it. Okay, so thank you for watching. Goodbye.